welcome to Camp Read-A-Lot. You caught me. I was just checking out this stump here. There's something going on there. I don't know what it is, but there's something. And I was reading some facts about squirrels that I'll have to share with you later because they're pretty fascinating. Hey, welcome to Camp Read-A-Lot. I am so glad you're here today. I'm Mrs. Hammock, and we are going to do so much fun learning here at Camp Read-A-Lot. We're going to read, we're going to talk, we're going to sing songs, and do all kinds of activities that will help you to grow your brain to be a strong reader. And so I'm super happy that you're here. Parents, I know when you're home and your kids are reading and there's just a lot going on in the summertime, but I want to remind you of something that might help you with them as they're reading. And I know it will help them. And that is to ask them questions about the stories that you're reading to them or that they're reading to you. You can ask them who the characters are. Ask them, is there a problem in the story? Well, what was the solution to that problem? How did they solve it? And where does the story take place? What's the setting of the story? All of these things will help to deepen your child's comprehension and understanding of stories, and that is going to make them a powerful, strong reader. And when they get to school in the fall, you will notice a great difference in what they're able to do. So that's just an idea for you. So ask them questions, open a conversation about the stories that you're reading. I think you'll enjoy it. All right, campers, you ready? Hello, readers. Hello, writers. Hello, campers. I'm glad you're here today. And I am so glad you're here today. Are you ready to do our pledge? Let's get to it. Repeat after me. On my honor, I will try my best to be kind to everyone and to have a smile on my face and a song in my heart. Great. You're getting so good at remembering all the words to that. It's fantastic. All right, so we're going to play a sound game today, an ending sound game. Oh, what are you doing? You're not supposed to be doing that right now. I know. Do you have s'mores on your fingers? Because you're going to get the book all sticky. What are you doing? I know it's a good book, but it's not time to read that yet. It's time to play our game. All right, come on over here. Help me with the campers. They're ready to play the game. Are you ready? Okay, oh my goodness, this guy. What am I going to do with you? All right, today we're playing an ending sounds game. And so I'm going to tell you a word, and I want you to think about what do you hear at the very end of the word, okay? So we're going to sit here, and I have some acorns that we can use if we get stuck, but I think you'll be able to do it. Are you ready to try it? Okay, so my first word is fish. Fish. Should we segment it? Will that help you? All right, let's segment it. I. Sh. What's that ending sound? Good. Sh. I. Sh. That's the ending sound. The end is the very last sound that you hear. All right, are you ready to try another one? All right, let's try camp. Camp. Don't tell, it's a secret. Camp. Should we try it? Okay. Camp. What's that ending sound? P. Good job. All right, let's try one without the acorns. All right, are you ready? All right, I have a great word for you. Squirrel. Squirrel. Gotta listen close. Did you hear the ending sound? You did? Okay, what is it? Are you sure? Because squirrel. Let's say it in slow motion. We'll stretch it. Yes, like a marshmallow. Squirrel. What's that sound? Good. Oh, very nice. Good job. Remember, if you're trying to isolate the ending sound, sometimes it helps you to stretch it in slow motion so that you can hear all the sounds, and that will help you. Okay. Oh, why are you rubbing your hands together? Oh, you're thinking about marshmallows. It's not time for marshmallows, but I have a joke for you. Okay. All right, this is a really good one. What do you call a dinosaur who crashes a car? What do you call a dinosaur who crashes a car? Do you know? Tyrannosaurus Rex. Get it? Tyrannosaurus Rex, like Rex the car? I know. It was a good one. All right. Today we have, what? Oh, he would like me to tell you he's very happy that you're here today. Good. I'm glad. I don't know where that came from. But we are happy you're here. And today we're going to read a story called Book Fiesta. And we're going to find our catch of the day. And this story is amazing. It's written in 2 languages. I'm going to give it my very best try. So have some grace and be kind. All right, are you ready to find out what our words are? Did you catch them today? Are they over there? Okay. All right, you sit down right here. Okay. Our catch of the day. We only have 2. Fiesta. Fiesta, a fiesta. That's Spanish for a party or a celebration, a fiesta. And then we have favorite, favorite. If something is your favorite, it means you like it more than any others. So today we're going to be talking about favorites and a fiesta. And this story is one of my favorite kind of fiestas. It is a book fiesta, a book fiesta. So it's a book celebration. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. So I want you to be thinking about all of the stories that we've been reading and think about which one might be your favorite as we read Book Fiesta. It's Celebrate Children's Day or Book Day. This is a bilingual picture book by Pat Mora, illustrated by Rafael Lopez. And so let's jump in. Oh, the pictures are gorgeous. Look how beautiful and colorful they are. Oh, he's sleeping on a cloud and she's sleeping on the moon. I love it. Book Fiesta. It looks like a party, doesn't it? All right. Here is the dedication page. They wrote a whole bunch of things to the people they dedicated it to. Here's our title page again. Gorgeous. Hooray! Today is our day. El Día de los Niños. Let's have fun today reading our favorite books. Tun tun. Viva! Hoy es nuestro día, el Día de los Niños. Nos vamos a divertir con nuestros libros favoritos. Tun tun. Children's Day is book day. We read in English and Spanish, in Chinese, and Navajo too. We read by ourselves. We read with a friend. Leamos en inglés y en español, en chino y en Navajo, y también leemos solitos o con un amigo. Look at that. And we read at the library too. Tun tun. Y leemos en la biblioteca también. Tun tun. Our families tell us stories while we listen and play. Nuestras familias nos cuentan cuentos mientras escuchamos y jugamos. We read libros together in cars and planes and trains. Leamos libros juntos en autos, aviones y trenes. We read to our puppies and kittens and lizards in our yard. Les leemos a nuestros perritos y gatitos y las lagartijas del jardín. I like to do that too. Do you like to read to your animals? Yeah. And if you don't have animals, maybe you could read to your stuffed animals. They like stories too. We read riding an elephant. That would be fun. Leemos montados en un elefante. Or sailing with a whale. O navegando con un ballena. We read in a long submarine. Leemos en un submarino largo. Or floating in a hot air balloon. O paseando en un globo enorme. Look at this page. Then, snug in our beds, we read to the moon. Y en nuestras camitas leemos a la luna. And fly away in our books. Tun tun. Y volamos con nuestros libros. Wasn't that nice? Great. This is a story that says, dear friends, children are special, aren't they? Every single one. Books are special too. It's fun and important to connect them. When I learned that Mexico celebrates El Día del Niño, the Day of the Child, on April 30th, I thought, oh, I like the idea of celebrating children and having a fun kids' day. Hooray. And let's add books to the party. Let's celebrate children and books every day of the year, and then have an anniversary party on April 30th. Isn't that fun? Wow, that is awesome. Books are so much fun to include in a celebration, aren't they? We can read everywhere. Did you see all the places they read? They read riding an elephant. I've never done that before. They read in a hot air balloon. They read at the library. They read or played while they listened to someone reading to them. In cars and in planes and on trains, you can read everywhere you go. It's a great place. In your mind, you can travel to all kinds of places when you read a book. A book can teach you all about the different people and places around the world. And that's what makes reading so much fun, because just like people, every book is different, and you can find one that you really like. So a book fiesta. So think about the stories that we've been reading. Let's see, we read Big Al, remember Big Al? And we read The Diary of a Spider. Oh, do you remember Chrysanthemum? That was a good one. What else did we, oh, I know which one was my favorite. Well, I know, I have a lot of favorites. But the one that I'm thinking about was, do you remember? Unicorn. Yeah, thinks he's pretty great. Wasn't that a fun one? Unicorn thinks he's pretty great. I'm going to write that down because that was the one that was my favorite. I'm just going to write unicorn here. Unicorn. So Unicorn thinks he's pretty great. I like it because I love the character of the unicorn and I love the character of the goat. I like how they're different. And you know what? It made me laugh because of how silly they were. Remember how silly they were being jealous of each other? Goat was jealous of all the things that Unicorn could do. And Unicorn was jealous about Goat because of the goat cheese on his pizza and because he had those strong horns that he could use. I just thought it was such a silly and funny story about how we're all different, but we can appreciate each other and not to be jealous of what other people have. So I really loved that story. And that's what I would write here. Why was it a favorite? And I would write that. This book made me laugh because Goat is jealous of the things the unicorn has, and unicorn is jealous of the things that Goat has. So you might think about what your favorite story has been over these past few weeks. What's one of the ones that you enjoyed the most? And what was it about that story that made you really like it? Maybe you really loved the story about Happy Birthday Martin Luther King. That was a great story. Or maybe you liked Come On Rain because we really need some rain. All of the stories that we have shared have been so good, and there's so many fun stories out there that we haven't even gotten to yet. Think about which one is your favorite and what makes it your favorite. Now, I have another joke for you before we go to our craft table. And I also want to tell you something about squirrels. Did you know this about squirrels? I don't know if you know this about yourself. Did you know that squirrels' teeth never stop growing? Their whole life, their teeth just keep growing. The only way that, you knew that? Oh, the only way they can keep them from getting too long is by eating and chewing and gnawing on things that are hard, and it kind of files them down like we file our fingernails. That's kind of what they do with their teeth. No, marshmallows are not going to help your teeth. So no, they have to eat harder things like acorns and things like that. And that helps to file down their teeth. Isn't that cool? I don't know about you, but I'm pretty glad that my teeth don't keep growing my whole life. That would be weird. All right, I have a joke. Are you ready? Okay. Why did the teddy bear say no to dessert? Oh, look, he's shocked that somebody would say no to dessert. Why? Why do you think he said no to dessert? No, I'm going to tell you. He said no to dessert because he was stuffed. Get it? A teddy bear, he's stuffed and he's full of stuffing. Get it? He's stuffed. Yeah, it was a good one. He was stuffed. All right. Hey, you know, when I hear the word fiesta, I think of a party, and I love how beautiful the Spanish language is in that story. And parties make me think of piñatas. Do you know what a piñata is? It's like a little shaped, it could be any shape really, and they're filled with candies, and then you hit it and break it apart and the candies fall out. And today we are going to make our very own piñata. What do you think about that? Do you think it'll be good? You do? All right, so let's go to the craft table and get started because our piñata is going to take some time. Come on, let's go. All right. Okay, so to make the piñata, you sit right there. There are a few things you need. You need a lunch bag. It can be any size. The bigger the bag, the bigger your piñata is going to be, the longer it will take you to make it. So I just have like a lunch bag here. You're going to need some tissue paper, and I chose colorful tissue paper. You could use white, but you can choose all different kinds of colors. You'll need some string to hang it and tie it up closed. And then you'll also need some glue and scissors, because we're going to use that. So the first thing you're going to do is open your bag all the way up. See that? Okay. And then, do you see the little fringes that I made there? And we're going to make some layers around that. So let me show you what I did. I took two colors together and I folded them in half. It's okay if it sticks out a little bit. They don't have to be exactly the same size. And where the folded edge is, that's where I'm going to hold it. I'm going to hold it where the folded part is. And then I'm going to do little snips. I'm not going to cut all the way off. I'm going to cut gently. See how that looks? I'm just going to cut little snips so it makes it kind of fluffy and wavy. Do you see that? All right, so I'm going to snip. I'm going to go all the way across. I'm going to lay this back down so that I can get it snipped for you. And then when I'm done snipping, we're going to put some glue. Now, I'm going to put the glue on the tissue paper, but for some of you, it might be easier to put the glue on the bag. It just depends. All right, so now I have my fringes. Do you see that? Isn't that pretty? All right, so here's my bag. Now I want to make sure that I don't put it way up here because I want it to cover. So I'm going to open my glue and I'm going to put a little bit of glue right on. I'm going to go all the way across. All right, now this is a little bit messy, so you got to be careful. I'm going to lay my bag down. I'm going to take this and I'm going to lay it so that it is not all the way on top. I want to make a layer of it so that it kind of covers, but it's not right on top. Do you see how I moved up a little bit? So there's some space, but you can't see the space because the fringes are there. See how that works? This part's coming off, so let me put some glue there. All right. And then I'm going to keep going. I'm going to trim some more and put another layer on. So I can snip, snip, snip. This is kind of fun. Now you don't want to make the snips too wide because then it won't be really fluffy, and we want it to be able to wave and be wavy. So you want to make sure that you don't snip it too wide. Now this time I'm going to be smarter, and I'm just going to put a little bit of glue as I go because that was a little bit crazy. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue, and then I'm going to stick that on to my piñata. Now I'm going to move up the bag so that it's in a different spot. I don't want to put it right on top of the spot I already did. Now I'm going to put a little glue right here. And then fold it over and press it down. Now I need a little more glue. And hold it down. And now I've made it all the way around. Now I could, if I want to, or if you're doing this and you want to, you could keep going and just make it full of fluffies. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that nice? Now, what I thought would be fun though is you could also just put dots of glue on your bag, just kind of all over. And then you could use really cute, colorful tissue and just make it like a mosaic, which means that you're just gonna put a lot of colors together and cover up the bag so that it makes it really fun and interesting. So you could do that. Now, I did mine kind of in a hurry, but of course, if I were taking time, I would make sure that I covered that all up. And then you're gonna close it up and poke a string through it, and then before you tie it all the way, you can fill it with little treats or candies, and then you can decorate the other side, and then you have a beautiful piñata that you can have fun with. Wouldn't that be fun for your very next fiesta? Skinnamarink-a-dink-a-dink, skinnamarink-a-doo. I love you. I love you in the morning and in the afternoon. I love you in the evening and underneath the moon. Oh, skinnamarink-a-dink-a-dink, skinnamarink-a-doo. I love you and you and you and you. I hope you had fun with our piñata. I hope you make some fun things and have a great time doing it. Remember to read, read, read. Bye-bye.